This next piece was the guys were in Denver to cover that martial law takeover drill. They went in and got some interviews and shot some footage of the mural there that has so much death and destruction type iconography in it. And then we'll go to break and come back with our first guest. Stay with us. It's Infowars Nightly News.
Is this the first time you've ever seen the mural?
No, I'm actually, I live here, so I come through and check it out every now and then. I'm taking pictures. I read about it online, looked it up.
What do you think it means?
I can only tell you what I read. Basically, it seems like there's a soldier cutting through the dove piece, and his sword is an Arabian sword. I'm not sure about the women and the angel type things. And the towers here, very familiar to a lot of people. Kind of look like 911 towers. So
I can see that.
I don't know, strange thing to have in this airport.
What are your thoughts when you see something like this?
I think it's very well done. It's impactful. Color scheme's great. Theme seems a little austere for an airport, but
You don't think there's a nefarious hidden agenda, hidden meaning in it or anything like that?
yeah, I don't know. I've heard that theory a lot. Maybe, you know, the underground prisons under Denver or DIA, all that stuff. Could be. I'm a little skeptical.
So this is the first time you've ever seen this mural?
Yeah, the first time I've ever seen it.
Let's take a look. I mean, what are your thoughts when you look at something like that? Do you think it's kind of an odd mural to be put in an airport? Or?
Not necessarily. I think it explains a lot.
Okay, such as?
Such as just, you know, I mean, America and everything else. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and it pretty much shows what's going on. You know, there's a night, he's taking care of things. There's people that are suffering, and he looks like he's taking over and taking care of it.
So he's like a protector, you think?
I think he's a protector, you know. I mean, you're wearing a gas mask, and you have a sword in your hand. What else are you doing?
Is this the first time you've ever seen the mural?
Yes, it is.
I've seen it on the internet before.
So, all right, so you've seen it on the internet, and I saw you turn the corner, you're like, oh my God, here it is. So, all right, so what are your thoughts on it? You know,
I've heard some theories where there's like an underground facility in this airport. It's just like really dark and kind of scary looking.
It is a little creepy looking, yeah.
Machine gun wielding.
And the crying innocence in the background. Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Fleeing? That's
Yeah.
real creepy.
Oh, it's just, I mean, this is kind of sad, obviously. A kid who died in Auschwitz, 14 years old,
Yeah.
that, you know, basically their childhood was taken away from them through everything they went through, it looks like. You know, they hate enemies, they hope that one day they'll be able to wake up and laugh again. It's sad that there's people out there that think like that.
Some people say it's put here to kind of distract people from what really goes on in DIA.
Don't you think it's an odd place to put a mural like this in an international airport? I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
It is, like...
I mean, if you wanted to send a message to someone, I mean, it's kind of the best place.
So you think this is more of an artistic endeavor, you know, with the symbolism and everything? You know, this guy kind of looks like a Nazi, but is there any hidden meanings, a dark hidden meaning, or is this more kind of an artistic piece, you know?
I'm not someone who looks at things in a dark, hidden type of way, so to me, I don't look at it like that. You know, the most disturbing piece of this whole thing is just that. That's what gets me the most.
What about the rumors that there's a whole underground type of bunker here? Have you heard those as well?
Those?
Do you think there's any truth to that?
Definitely possible. More possible than what they give you on the news.
It looks funny the way that you can see when you're coming in. You can see that there's construction's been over for years here, but there's construction everywhere, all over, going on the grounds of the airport.
Continuous construction at all
Constantly,
times.
and you can see them actually working up because once it's a hill and they'll have a road that goes around it, and you come back a year later and there's two roads because the hill's kind of moved up, as if the hills are expanding upwards.
Yeah. You think it's an odd place to have a mural like this in an international airport?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know what its place is here or why it's here. It's definitely not something you expect to see walking through an airport, though.
I hear you.
So.
It's going to be a 10-hour show. I had to come back and say something about that as we go to break. I've been out to the Denver International Airport. I've talked to the experts. I've looked at it. They are building giant underground bases. And close to there, you've got some of the main bases in Colorado that are being set up by the Pentagon for Northcom. It is the real government of the United States. They've got a shadow Congress, a place for them to meet. They're in Colorado Springs, under the mountains. They admittedly have underground bases there. And I've talked to some of the workers that have been involved in it. It's all compartmentalized, but they've got giant underground connectors and systems there to bring Americans in on aircraft, to disappear underground into prisons and execution centers, but also to get the elites underground under biochemical, nuclear, radiological attack. Super creepy. And then you look at the mural, you know, a lot of it is Spanish Civil War, pre-World War II, clearly, and then that's basically from the communist perspective. And then it's got some other occultic New Age stuff and some Aztec shamanism involved in it. Very powerful art, and we have contacted the artist to tell us exactly what it means, or correct me if I'm wrong. But I think the artist was chosen not because they're a bad person. I think overall this is anti-fascist information by the globalists that have made Colorado the real capital of the U.S. in their own admissions, the capital of the shadow government, to just add to the foreboding. Because to the psychopaths, this is beautiful, this is not ugly. Because then you've got Anubis and all these other giant, weird Egyptian gods there, and pyramids, and as the guy said, mountains that start rising up where they're dumping the dirt and building for year after year. I mean, there's something weird going on there, and we'll continue to take your tips at Infowars.com. Okay, we're going to